I mean... And by short break, I mean OBS is going to crash on me. Sorry about that. So yeah, I am going to queue up a short break, and we will return presently with Chapter 2, assuming OBS doesn't crap on me again. All right, my lovely watchers, we are back and ready to start Chapter 2 of Book 1 of the Royal Romance. So, Chapter 2 says, you travel to Cordonia, but what will await you there? Well, I'm hoping it's a prince who's happy to see us, otherwise it's gonna get real awkward, y'all. Okay, let's find out. I will not link my Facebook account. Thank you very much. All right, so Chapter 2 is titled Welcome to Cordonia. I know, hi girly! The music is, I love the music, and I'm so happy. I know the sound quality isn't great, and let me know if it's too loud. But the music in these is really nice, and I'm happy that I've figured out a kind of cheesy way to let you hear it. It's awesome. Okay, so we're on a plane instead of a boat this time. So, after packing your bags and leaving your New York apartment behind, you find yourself on a plane with Maxwell and Drake. Drake is our asshole third wheel, by the way, so this will be fun. Say goodbye to New York and hello to Cordonia. Okay, cool. I can't believe this is actually happening. Neither can I, because we got on a plane inside of an hour and are now in the running to become queen of a country with apparently no qualifications. So, oh, thank you for the host, girly. That's very nice of you. So yeah, we have no qualifications for this. Although I'm retconning and saying we're getting some kind of degree in political science or international law or something, just so that it feels better. It feels better to me if we do that. Believe it. We'll be landing soon, ready or not. And if you're not ready, those ladies at court are going to eat you alive. What kind of social season is this? Is it, like, do we actually have to fill out a tag? Is there a maximum number that we can collect? We know nothing about Cordonia, apparently, so for all I know, that is what's happening. Okay, cool. Yeesh, don't scare her, Drake. You okay, Kira? Thank you, Maxwell. Honestly, so our options here are Cannibal Court. Honestly, I've played some of Choice's other games. It wouldn't be the weirdest thing they've done. There's another one that's on the list that I'm going to stream when we're done with the Royal Romance that's going to make this look, it's going to make all the implausible timelines in this look like candy. Okay, so we have the option to say, honestly, I'm terrified, I'm not afraid of anything, or they should be afraid of me. Okay, they should be afraid of me is a little presumptuous. I'm not afraid of anything sounds nice and all, and it's like the type of thing that I would probably like try to say, but if you're like, honestly, we met this dude last night at a bachelor party, y'all, like, and it's his bachelor party, but he doesn't even know who he's marrying yet. Okay, met him last night, kidnapped him, hauled him off to the statue. Well, okay, he said he wanted to go, he agreed, so it's not kidnapping, but we kidnapped him away from his friends. We just left them on a beach, went off to the Statue of Liberty with him, kissed him. We'd known him for like maybe 12 hours if we're being generous. And then his friend shows up and is just like, yo, get on a plane within an hour and come to Cordonia, this country that you almost certainly don't have a visa to get into. Do you even have a passport? I guess no one cares. So yeah, Cannibal Court, And yeah, so honestly, the only reasonable answer you can give to this is I'm terrified. I knew it. She's not gonna last a week. It's a waste of time bringing her here. Third wheel is a jerk. Take a drink. Yeah. Shut the fuck up, Drake. No one likes you. Drake didn't like what you said. I don't give a fuck if Drake didn't like what I said. Certain choices will boost your relationship with him, build up a friendship, or even fall in love. The choice is yours. That's nice if Drake wasn't being an asshole. Like, is Drake constipated? One wonders, doesn't one? I mean, maybe he got really drunk. He was asking for a lot of whiskey at the bachelor party, y'all. Maybe he's hungover, but that really does not give you the justification to be an asshole. Because if you see the in media res scene that the whole book starts with, he's an asshole to us in that too, and yet he's supposed to be like, you know, one of the contenders, one of the romantic love interests that we can have, and this is painted as like okay, and no, I'm sorry, it's not okay. Do not settle for being treated like that. We deserve better. We are getting a degree in international law. We deserve better. All right. Anyway, I don't get why you're being so grim about this. Look, no offense, but I've seen girls like you come and go. It never ends well. Not for you, not for Shamar, not for the royal family. Oh, he's just looking out for us and for Shamar. Doesn't that excuse all of his behavior? No, it fucking doesn't, Drake. You're an asshole. Kira's not some crown chaser. Thank you, Maxwell. You don't know us at all, but thank you. Well, you know us insofar as you offered to take your pants off in front of us last night because you're talking about skinny dipping in the lake or in the ocean. Sorry. Drake, we have the option of saying, I'm different than those girls. The crown doesn't hurt. Kira, honey, no. Honey, no. Or, to be fair, you're more my type. What did I just get done saying, Kira? You deserve better. You deserve better than him. No, he's not your type. I don't care if he drinks whiskey. I like whiskey. That doesn't mean I'm gonna be with a guy who treats me like dirt. Because, no. No, he's like all surprised that we clean up nicely, which, by the way, why are we still wearing our waitress outfit? That's weird. We didn't change in the process of putting our bag together? Okay, cool. The crown doesn't hurt is not going to endear us to anyone. So, I guess the only thing that we can say is I'm different than those girls. Shamar being a prince doesn't matter at all to me. Yes, it does. That's the problem, is that it does. It has to. I know, none of those choices are good, because, like, you say, like, I'm not like those girls, that's very, like, I'm not like other girls, and, you know, I'm better than them. No, I don't like that trope either. And I also don't like what this led to, which is Shamar being a prince doesn't matter at all to me, because yes, it does. Who your partner is, what they do for a living, always matters. Don't tell me that, like, somebody married to a cop, that doesn't influence every decision that gets made at some level. Don't tell me that someone who's married to a politician, that doesn't influence every decision that gets made at some level. Scientist influences, like, every decision that you make at some level. So saying that, like, him being the future ruler of a country doesn't matter at all, disingenuous at best and a lie at worst. Remember, we're getting a degree in international law, so yeah. That's exactly the kind of naive thinking that's going to land you in trouble here. Fuck off, Drake. Just then, the pilot announces the plane's descent. Hey, look! You can see Cordonia out the window. Kira, you won't want to miss this. Alright, so we see Cordonia out the window, and it's a cliff. Cordonia's a cliff, and a hill, and a lighthouse, and I guess that up there is the royal palace. Alright, so we're looking to become the queen of, like, you know, a couple thousand acres, I guess. Cool. That's Cordonia? So we have the option of saying it's like something out of a fairy tale, or it's smaller than I expected. Now remember, we're trying to teach Kira to be a good person. I'm trying to teach Kira not to be a judgmental asshole like Drake. Or like our rival, who we'll presumably meet soon again. So it's cheesy as hell, but I'm gonna say it's like something out of a fairy tale. The sparkling ocean, the swaying trees. There were trees. If you burst into song, I'm jumping out of the plane. Oh, is that all I need to do to get rid of you, Drake? Is that really all I need to do? I will not subject my lovely watchers to the sound of my singing voice, but believe me, if I did, he would jump out of that plane. Bye-bye. I'm just saying it's beautiful. Yeah, fuck off, Drake. It is, isn't it? Are you ready? No, I am not ready. I am not ready, Maxwell. You've basically abducted me. You've abducted me from my home. I probably completely forgot to pack tampons. We're gonna have I'm probably gonna start my period tonight. Okay, this is. Oh my god, this is not gonna be a good combination. Yes, indeed. Hashtag fuck off Drake 2018. Because seriously, this is. Oh, the timeline problems here, y'all. The timeline problems are strong. Are you ready? No, I'm not. Ready as I'll ever be. That was a diplomatic answer. That's why we're getting our degree in international law. Okay. Alright. We're ready as we're gonna be. One car ride later. By the way, how long have we been awake at this point? Because transatlantic travel is not a short trip, so like how fucking jet lagged are we? Good God. Step out onto the grounds of the Royal Palace. Welcome to your home for the next few months, Kira. Oh, good. I'm going to be shuttered in the Royal Palace. This sounds nice until you remember where the Royal Palace is. There are royals. Ah, fun, fun. Just who I want to be stuck with. Royals. Royalty. With, like, royal problems. And security. And scrutiny. And press outside at all hours of the day and night. And, like, I'm going to have to leave my curtains closed 24/7 because you know they're going to be trying to take pictures through the window. So yeah, no, not feeling this. Can I get a hotel? Although I guess they're just going to queue up outside my hotel anyway, so what's the point? This is where I'm staying? I didn't realize I'd be living in the palace. Most of the nobility live here while the social season is underway. Oh, good! So you're throwing me in the shark tank. Thank you, Maxwell. You're a pal. Including all the ladies vying for Shamar's hand. Oh my god, I'm chum. I'm not just getting thrown in the shark tank, I am chum. There's no hope, you guys. Y'all, my lovely watchers. There is no hope. I don't care if we're getting a degree in international law. There is no hope. Yeah, living under one roof just makes it easier to attend the rose ceremony later. Shut up, Drake. Maxwell rolls his eyes. Thank you, Maxwell. Drake's just kidding. At least about the roses. Aw. No roses? Anyway, I'll show you to your room, Kira. Yeah, you'll show me to my room. Drake can fuck off. This is my cue to take off. See you around, if you're lucky. Okay, take a drink. Good God. The boy's trying my patience. Which boy are we trying to schmooze? So you haven't seen him yet. The boy we're trying to schmooze, or at least the boy I'm trying to schmooze, is Shamar, who is the prince. I am not interested in our asshole third wheel Drake. Thank you very much. If I'm gonna have a third wheel, he's gonna be a good guy. Okay. Alright. We are ready to continue. That's a good drink. See, because the boy I'm trying to schmooze is an actual nice guy. Not nice guy TM, who's just looking out for us and that's why he's being an asshole. No. Actual nice guy. Actual nice guy. Although apparently you can ask Maxwell to take his shirt off, like, multiple times, which seems kind of weird since he's sponsoring us. Isn't that kind of inappropriate? Okay, anyway. You follow Maxwell into the palace where you climb the grand staircase. So, what's the deal with Drake? What is the deal with Drake? Was he, like, not hugged as a child? What's going on there? Why is he so hot or so jaded? Kira, what have we been talking about? You deserve better. You deserve better. Sweetheart. Honey bunch. You deserve better. He's so jaded. Not so hot. Why is he so hot? Well, because his parents were hot. What do you want from me? Oh, don't mind him. Drake's never really fit in. Oh, so he's the outcast, and he's never really fit in anywhere, and that's why he's such a jerk, It's all forgivable. Shut up. Not used to courtly life? Definitely not. He's a commoner. He's always been an outsider here, even if he is Shamar's best friend. Ah, shit. This asshole is the prince's best friend. Okay, first of all, this is explaining why the prince didn't even get to get the Statue of Liberty on the itinerary for his own bachelor party, even though that was, like, the one thing he wanted to do in New York. So yeah, if this asshat is his best friend, this means we gotta be nice to him, y'all. We're gonna need him on our side. I don't want to be nice to him. He's a jerk. He's a jerk. Why would I want to be nice to him? Oh no. Okay, alright, I can be nice. Remember, we're trying to train Kira to be a good person. He's never really fit in how. Kira's a friggin' waitress, so it doesn't look like they mistreat commoners here. Not so much, no, like, Drake's at least around. He's hanging out with the prince's other friends, like Maxwell. Tariq's kind of a snob, but everybody else didn't really seem to have a problem with Drake. So yeah, Drake's just a jerk. Drake's just a jerk. And that's why I don't like him as the third wheel. Not with the beginning that they give him here. They do not set Drake up for success here. There are other ways that you can do the, like, kind of commoner, it didn't really fit in, you know, I'm concerned about my friend, you know, you might just be a gold digger, you know, obviously you can't trust a palace full of rich people, but yeah, Drake's just an asshole 2018. But yeah, it's, like, you can do this. I've done it, actually. This is actually not super hard to write, and I like the stories in this app. They are written very well for being, like, you know, play through chapter by chapter, choose your own adventure things. You could have set Drake up better. And you could have set him up as somebody who was actually, like, worthy of being a love interest instead of being the jerk that you're just supposed to like because, you know, he doesn't like you, so then you have to make him like, no. You could have set him up better. And it bothers me. It really bothers me. Okay. Anyway, he's the prince's best friend, so we gotta be nice to him. At the top of the stairs, Maxwell turns down a corner. Your room's here in the West Wing. In case you need anything from me or my brother, our rooms are just a couple doors away. Okay, you're gonna have to show me where those are, because there's a lot of doors. It looks like, you know, please, I don't want to knock on the wrong person's door. I didn't know you had a brother. This seems like something that should have been said on that multi-hour transatlantic flight. Hey, by the way, I'm sponsoring you to become queen of a country that you've barely heard of. You didn't even recognize the crown prince of when he walked into your restaurant. Also, by the way, I have a brother. How hard is that to bring into the conversation, Maxwell? Maxwell, honey, darling, dollface, buddy, you need help. You need help, my dude. There's, oh boy. Okay. Anyway, I didn't know you had a brother. Yeah, an older brother. His official title is Duke Bertrand Beaumont. Oh dear. Duke Bertrand. Duke Bertie Beaumont. Duke Bertie Beaumont. Oh my god. Oh my god. Max and Bertie. Yo. Man, they had cruel parents. As the eldest son, he's the heir and I'm the spare, genre savvy. Thank you for that, though, Maxwell. Thank you. You'll see him tonight. He'll be excited to meet you. Will he? Will Bertrand be excited to meet me? Okay. Maxwell stops short in front of an ornate door, which, again, I hope he's pointed out which ones are his and Bertrand's, because, I got no idea where this place is. Are you leaving breadcrumbs or some shit? Okay. This is it. Here's your room. You enter a lavish guest room with full-length paintings, gilded ceilings, and a bed of fluffy pillows. And really nice graphics. I really like the graphics in this. Wow. As a royal guest, you're spared no luxury. So nothing stopping me from jumping on the bed or clearing out the mini bar. I feel like at this point, we're not just going to need to clean out the mini bar. We're going to need to clean out Maxwell and Bertrand's mini bars as well, because damn, y'all. Okay, clearing out the mini bar. We're going to clear out the mini bar. That's what we're going to do. There's no mini bar. What the hell? There's no mini bar in here? Come on now. There's supposed to be like a sideboard arrayed with all kinds of liquor. Like, we're supposed to get decanters and shit. What the hell? What the hell? No wonder Drake's an asshole. There's no liquor around here. Is this a dry country? Is that why he was asking for whiskey all over the bachelor party? Oh my god, is this a dry country? Y'all, I can't be queen of a dry country. This ain't gonna happen. This is my first act as queen is going to be repealing prohibition. Because we cannot live like this. Anyway, but the staff will get you anything you'd like. Like whiskey? I would very much like some whiskey and some bourbon and some vodka and some Sweet. I'll let you settle in before your big debut tonight. Tonight. Y'all. Timelines. Oh my god, they realize that from New York to Western Europe is against the time. You don't gain time. You lose time by oh god. Okay. All right. This is going to be fun. All right. My what? I'm sorry. I keep forgetting that you're not used to all this. The first event of the social season is tonight, the masquerade. Again, should have been discussed on that multi-hour transatlantic flight, Maxwell. It's the ball where all the suitors will be presented to the prince as well as to the king. Not everyone dresses in costume, but you can be sure that the ladies competing for Shamar's attention will be pulling out all the stops. Oh, good. All right, cool. So it's, masquerade. Are there paper faces on parade? Maxwell looks doubtfully at your modest-looking suitcase. So yeah, like, this is what happens when you just drag me out with no warning, is I don't pack a masquerade costume. If I'd have known, if you'd have mentioned this very important fact to me, I might have, like, stuffed my old Halloween costume in there. I feel like I was probably a sexy cat, maybe. How would that go over? Nice little cat suit, little cat ears. Can paint a little nose on. How's that gonna go over? I don't know. I'm guessing it's too much to ask if you've got a costume or a fancy ball gown in there. Again, if you'd have told me, Maxwell. God damn it. I packed a dress. Well, I wasn't sure, so I've made an appointment for you at the Palace Boutique. Maybe you'll find something you like better there. I'll check it out. Remember, tonight is very important. It's your chance to make a first impression on all the influential people at court and to stand apart from everyone else. Oh, I'll stand apart. We'll see to that. Don't worry, I've got this. A few minutes later, you step into the palace's boutique and... Oh! A woman is in her underwear, holding a dress. Oh dear. Oh dear. So, we have the option of saying, sorry, this is my appointment, or you're gorgeous. 2 out of 3 of those are not appropriate, kids, and let me tell you why. This is my appointment is judgy. Take a drink. Because, who the hell says that only one person can be at the boutique at a time for an appointment? If bridal salons worked this way, then they would never make any money. You're gorgeous is highly inappropriate to say to a woman in her underwear whom you don't know. I feel like I shouldn't have to explain this, and I probably don't to my lovely femme watchers, but to my mask watchers, I might have to explain this. No, you don't just tell a woman that you've walked in on in her underwear that she's gorgeous. That is creepifying. That is inappropriate. That is borderline harassing. Please don't do it. Your appropriate response, the only appropriate response in this scenario is sorry. I didn't realize someone was already here. No problem. To be honest, I didn't have an appointment. I'm Hannah. Okay, so see, she likes us for not yelling at her or, like, hitting on her. I suppose you're also here to prepare for the masquerade tonight. I guess this is going to be our BFF character. Okay. Hannah liked what you said. Certain choices will boost your relationship with her. Build up a friendship or even fall in love. The choice is yours. All right, so we're more likely at this point to, like, have Hannah fall in love with us than Drake. I am okay with this. I'm okay with this development. Since you're here and not already dressed, I must assume that you're just like me, searching desperately for something to wear. More or less. What do you mean? I'm dressed. I'm wearing clothes. Okay? Clothing. The seamstress seems to be running late, but I can show you around. This boutique has the most exquisite gowns. Let me just slip my dress on. Why bother? You've been standing here in your underwear for the last, like, minute and a half. So, I feel like we're past the point of you needing to put your clothes on, Hannah. That ship has sailed. Besides, it's like, if you see a woman in a bikini, it's usually not that different. But again, no more appropriate to comment on her body if you don't know her. It's not an invitation, y'all. It's not. It's not. Hannah pulls on the dress she was holding. She struggles to get the zipper fully up. I should help her or tease her. Kira, Don't be a jerk. Help her. Help her with the zipper. Need a hand? That would be amazing. You help slide the zipper up, and Hannah picks up a matching mask and settles it on her face before turning to you, grinning. How do people keep masks on their faces in these, by the way? Because I own masks. Okay, all of them I have to tie on, which, getting your hair to fall around that's like a 2-person job. Really. Or, one person with an array of combs and clips to really get it to, look nice. So, I'm impressed that Hannah just, settles this on her face and it stays. Okay. Maybe they're on, eyeglasses? Is that what's going on? Do they, attach them to eyeglasses? That'd be smart. Thank you. Not many girls here are like you. What, not assholes? Oh my god, what is Cordonia like? You got, friends at bachelor parties that don't even take their buddies to where they want to go, and apparently you've got girls who won't help you zip up a zipper? What the hell? Helpful? Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Kara. Nice. Oh my god. We got some work to do in this country, y'all. Ah, this dress is perfect. Hannah spins for you, her full skirts twirling. And now, what about you? One must have a mask for the masquerade. Must one? Must one, really? Have you seen the angel costume? You'd look amazing in white. Or there's also a red one if you're feeling more devilish. I'll take a look. Alright, here's the thing with these, y'all. They cost real money. So you can see I have 91 diamonds. The thing about most of the outfits is they don't matter. They really don't. Very few of them actually get you anything that's substantial in the long run, but there's the angel costume, which is very nice, very flattering. I don't know how that halo is staying on her head, but, the actual dress itself is very nice. I like it. This is the Daredevil outfit. We're so hot, we're on fire, which is also very flattering, which, is cool and everything, but I said I was going to make an impression, and I'm going to do it by not even wearing a costume. This is my costume. Yeah. Some cheap. If you want to help me improve future streams, by the way, and be able to not be a cheapskate with every choice, you can donate to my Ko-fi, which is underneath the viewing window here, the video window here. And all of that goes directly to buying premium choices in these games. I don't have a lot of pocket change, but, if we get a bunch of people's pocket change together, we can probably do some really cool stuff in these games. So, we get into just our standard party dress, and will this do? It's not exactly a masquerade costume, but it could work. Well, thank you for being diplomatic about it, Hannah. There are a lot of other dresses here. Did you want to take a look at anything else? Yeah, the game subtly guilt trips you for not making premium choices, which is hilarious, and also very annoying. Even the game itself is literally like, do you want to change your mind? No, and also, where is the closet button? There is no closet button. So, yeah, I'm ready to go. That evening, Maxwell meets you at the bottom of the main staircase. You're not wearing a mask? Shut up, Maxwell. I didn't think I needed one. Besides, I want Shamar to know that I'm here. Yeah, we'll go with that. And you're not wearing a mask either, Like I said, this masquerade isn't for me to impress anyone. I'm just here for the champagne. Oh, thank God it's not a dry country. Okay. Oh, and to support you. Well, thanks a lot, Maxwell. He guides you to the to the doors of the grand ballroom. One other thing I should mention. As soon as you enter, you'll tell the herald your name and title so that you can be announced. What is my title? You don't really have one, but since my family is sponsoring you, then you could technically be considered a lady. Ooh, a lady. Or we could go with your hometown. I guess I should have asked before. What's your last name? Yes, you should have asked on that multi-hour transatlantic flight. My last name is Roth, which they will inevitably misconstrue as Ross, and we'll have that whole fight, and that'll be fun. Kira Roth. Well, it's not as classic a name as Catherine Elizabeth Middleton, but it'll do. Yeah, it's also fewer syllables, and also, haha, wink wink, nudge nudge, Princess Catherine. Okay, yeah, Alright, cool. Yeah, I like mine better. I have fewer syllables. The doors to the grand ballroom are thrown open, and you make your entrance. The herald announces Maxwell, and then turns to you. Please announce me as, so we have Lady Kira Roth of New York, or just Kira. Remember, we're competing against nobility here. I feel like we should at least try, like, if you get the chance to use the title of lady, you use it. Lady Kira Roth. The herald announces you, and you walk into the ballroom. I've got to talk to Bertrand for a sec. You'll be okay on your own, right? Just mingle. Thanks. Don't introduce me to anybody, Maxwell. Don't, like, try to help me at all. Just lead me in here and then toss me to the wolves, I guess. Wow, thanks. Cool. Mingle. Right. I can do that. Looking out across the ballroom, you see Drake standing alone. Jerk. And on the other side, Hannah and a group of finely dressed ladies. Who do you talk to first? Happy Hannah or Grumpy Drake? Gee, I wonder which direction I'm going first. Hi, Hannah. How's it going? Hello again. I'm glad to see you made it. Thank you, Hannah. Thanks. So this is the masquerade. What do you think of it? The masquerade is wonderful or a little overwhelming. This is the one place where you do not show weakness. You do not know pain. You do not know fear. Because they will come after you. It's like the one thing that Drake's right about. So, the masquerade is wonderful. I can tell you're going to enjoy yourself here. To be honest, it's very refreshing to be around someone so excited. Fancy galas are just second nature to you. When you've gone to as many as I have, they can lose their charm. Unless, of course, you find the right companions. Companions, okay. She's about to say more when someone catches her eye from across the room. Oh, please excuse me, there's someone I need to greet. But maybe we can talk later? Or you could introduce us. Or not. Cool. You nod and walk over to where Drake is standing alone. So, you showed up after all. Jerk, take a drink. Yeah. Well, you're as charming as ever. Isn't he, though? Huh! Compared to most of the nobles here, I'm your best friend. Drake, so we have the options of saying, everyone here's been perfectly nice, or, I believe you. Oh, here's the thing, we could be genre savvy. With what I know about the future of this storyline, and say, I believe you. But we actually have no reason to believe him at this point, because we have not met anybody who is... Well, I mean, we have. But we have no reason to think that any of these people are going to be anything but nice to us. So, I mean, like... Yeah, no, everyone here's been perfectly nice, Drake, and you're an asshole. Sure, to your face. Yeah, okay, since you're a jerk to my face instead, I guess that makes you a better person. Fuck you, Drake. You probably don't want to know what they're... You don't want to know what they're probably saying about you behind their back. Yeah, again, you're saying it to my face, so what do I care? How can you say that? Aren't the nobles your friends, too? Probably not. I'm friends with Prince Shamar. I'm not here for the rest of them. Yeah, oh, casually name-dropping. I'm friends with the prince. Yeah. Also, dude, dress up. Like, what the hell is it? Do you even ever wash that shirt? Or are you the guy who has, like, that's your entire closet? Is just white v-neck tees and collared denim shirts with a pocket on the left boob. Is that your entire wardrobe, my dude? I feel like it's his entire wardrobe. Yeah, probably. What about Maxwell? He's the one sponsoring me. Look, you don't know him like I do. You don't know any of them like I do. Again, I know things about the narrative. I know that in this instance, Drake isn't just being an asshole, but he's still being an asshole. Ahem! Pardon me, but I absolutely must steal her away. Honey, that purple with that red hair, that does not look good. That's not a good look, honey. My dear, we gotta talk to you. Okay. A strange woman takes your arm and pulls you off. Okay, see, if Drake were a good guy, he'd be like, whoa, wait a second, we were talking. But no, he's gonna let this strange woman who doesn't understand color theory steal us away. Hey! Forgive me for being forward, but I've never seen you here before. I always notice when the heralds announce a new name. I make it a point to know all of the ladies at court. I'm Lady Olivia Vanderwall Navrakis, Duchess of Lithicos. Okay, so remember how I said in chapter 1 when we first saw this woman's design that she was reused in The Crown and the Flame, or vice versa? In that, she is the princess of the Navrakis family. So I don't know which is referencing which here, but it's funny. Lady Kira Roth, I can't say I'm familiar with your house. It must be nouveau. Well, fuck you too, Olivia. Olivia Vanderbilt Navrakis of Lithicos or whatever the hell. Well, seeing as you're the new girl at court, let me give you some advice. When you're presented to the king, you should kiss his shoe when you curtsy to him. Oh, I wonder if our rival is trying to make us look stupid. It's like she thinks Kira's never been to high school or college. In you know, this stereotype world where women are always like nothing but bitchy and judgmental to each other. Because here's the thing. We could always say that Olivia told us to do this, and then she would look bad. But, yeah, no. Really? It's Cordonian custom to show deep respect and reverence for the monarchy. You're lucky that I was here to warn you. Otherwise, you'd look completely ridiculous. Thanks. You know, I feel like you can just watch what other people do when they're presented to the king and, like, go from there. Just then, Maxwell rushes back to your side. Dude, where the hell have you been? Prince Shamar is here. Ready to see him again? So this is the guy we're actually trying to schmooze. You look across the crowded ballroom. Yeah, I can see this ballroom so crowded. And there he is. With the pretty piano music and everything. And he's smiling at us. Isn't that nice? At least I think he's smiling at us. He's just smiling. Cute little smile, I guess. I don't know. Do you think he'll be glad to see me? I hope so. You hopped a plane with, like, no notice and no visa. So I feel like he's the one who's going to have to, like, post-date your visa to get you to, like be legal. So, only one way to find out. Go talk to him. Will Prince Shamar be happy to see you in Cordonia? Find out in the next chapter. Okay, so this means that all told, you know, not counting the part where OBS quit on me in the middle, we've been streaming for just about 2 hours. And I'm going to probably do like 2 chapters each stream, so that is where I am going to leave it for this stream. You can join me on Friday. We'll be continuing this book with chapter 3. It'll be same time, same place, 7 p.m. Pacific, Friday afternoon, right here on Twitch. And I am looking forward to seeing more of my lovely watchers then. Thank you for coming out. And catch you later.